Greetings, people of the world! Matthew back with you here at Novora Autism for the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. Yeah, I'm back after a couple of weeks of frustration with my computer software not functioning the way it was supposed to, but now it is functioning the way it is supposed to, which means I can finally get back to my Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn main storyline here with EDSS. It is day 43 of 75 for him. And so we have come back from Little Alamigo, where we have discovered that their youth are trying to, or were trying to, reclaim their city by utilizing some very shady methods. But we were able to stop them and prevent that from happening. And so it was in pursuit of the masked mage known as La Habrea, and we found out that he did have something to do with it. But the trail has gone cold since then, so we have come back here to the Waking Sands to take our next main challenge from Lady Minfilia. So, let's take on her level 27 challenge entitled Terror at Folgord. Minfilia has another lead for you to pursue. While you were tending to business in Thanalin, some new information arrived courtesy of our friends the Sylphs. An individual fitting La Habrea's description has been sighted in the North Shroud. This sighting comes in the wake of a series of mysterious deaths in the self-same area. My instincts tell me that our man is involved. I would have you continue your investigation where you left off. 12 willing, we will pick up La Habrea's trail once more. Noraxia can furnish you with the details. Pray speak with her and take it from there. As always, be careful out there, Edie. And so, since Noraxia, a member of the Sylphs, has made her way, somehow, and we're still trying to figure it out, from the Black Shroud to Thanalin, from the beautiful greenery to the burning desert, she is going to be over here with the other Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Or, well, they would normally be here from time to time. In fact, let's see if... Well, let's speak with Noraxia first. Okay, yeah, there's Ida. And she's having a conversation with Noraxia, so, sorry, Ida. Yeah, there's Papa Limo. Yeah, sorry to break up your conversation, the three of you, but I have important business. Walking One is to investigate Sinister One? Then heed well this one's words! This one is friends with a Walking One in the Ashcrown Consortium! According to Friendly One, a Digging One named Metrod had an encounter with a scary Masked One. This Masked One is certainly most sinister one. Walking One should go and speak with Digging One Metrod. Digging Rod is Digging One. Digging Rod? What? Yeah, that's embarrassing. Digging One is to be found at Folgord Float in the North Shroud. And so, since we now have this information, let's go ahead and mend my armor. Oh, I've got it all taken care of. Well, then I don't need to worry about that. So, okay, and there's this Sholo over there. So, I will meet you guys over in the North Shroud since we haven't been there in a long time. And so, I will see you guys after a quick timeout, so be right back. Okay, so we are back in the North Shroud for the first time in probably 5 weeks at least. So anyway, there are quite a few of the low-level quests over here, but we're not going to take on any of those. Where we want to go is over here to this place. So let's get on my Chocobo. Yeah, because I haven't... Plus on top of that, I haven't yet attuned to the Aetheryte over here. I have moved around a bit, but not yet attuned to the Aetheryte. But that's okay, we can take care of that while we're going through this place. Yeah, it has been some time since I've been to the North Shroud. And it looks like there's some gamers, I guess they're probably just starting out. And I wish them the best of luck. I should find a bridge somewhere. And it will be over here. And it looks like someone was trying to take on a Fate, but they're going to run out of time. Yeah, when you're taking on a Fate, it's so hard to do it by yourself. And as you may have noticed, the experience levels of the villains jumped from 5 to 25. That is quite a massive jump. Which pretty much gives you an idea of where exactly we are. Yeah, I had to come through this area previously in order to complete a task. Well, we had to complete the tasks that were involving the level 25 challenge for the Lancers Guild. So, yeah. So, in here should be Medrad. Or Medrad, or whatever it's supposed to be. Please, leave me be. I'm not long for this world. I looked death in the face. 'Tis only a matter of time before he comes for me. Just like he came for that poor woman. Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good. Would it be for this woman here, Aideen? You wanted words with Medrad? Well, as you can see, that might be tricky. He's been this way near a fortnight. If you need him to make sense in a hurry, it might be I can give you some advice. Though he looks a man grown, Medrad's still a little boy on the inside. You might try feeding him a serving of lentils and chestnuts, his mother's specialty. Stuff should be easy enough to find a Gridania, and oh, and a few soothing words won't go astray either. Nothing like Mummy's cooking and her expert ministrations for skin knee, as it were. So yeah, you might remember I had an item not all that long ago that I bought, lentils and chestnuts. That was back in Old Da, so yeah, I've been saving it for quite a while, and this is who you give it to. So, Medrad. Let's give you some lentils and chestnuts. You found it! This is my favourite dish in the whole world! Mom made this for me whenever I felt glum, and it never failed to make me forget my... Wait a minute! You're trying to make me tell you about that, aren't you? No! Too horrible! Yeah, that went over really well. So, let's go over and use the emotes to try and soothe Medrad. Give him some comforting, as it were. No, do not skip cutscene. Do not skip the cutscene! You're right, it's not as bad as it seems. I saw something terrible, that's true, but that hardly means I'm going to suffer the same fate. Thanks to you, I can think straight again. I believe I can even recount what I saw without losing it. It was just another ordinary day. I was headed back to the float when I noticed a suspicious character in the distance. A man garbed head to toe in black. He had a hideous fiend in tow, a winged creature that was all eyeball and jagged teeth. Taken by curiosity, I crept as near as I dared. To the corpse of a woman! One glimpse was enough to tell me that she died a gruesome death! In that instance, I knew right away that the masked man was a minion of Thor, come to claim her soul for his realm. So, can you give us more? What? You're investigating the same masked man? If that's the case, we'll help you in whatever way we can. Aye, anything to ensure that we won't have to suffer my Medrad's hysteria ever again. Alright, teamwork! That's what I wanted to... Wait, I haven't been that bad, have I? At any rate, I'm all for helping this adventure. It's the least I can do It's the least I can do to repay him for bringing me lentils and chestnuts. Indeed, so, challenge completed. So, now that we're going to see if we can get more of a rapport with these guys, who can give me some further information, if any? Well, the icon over here, so looks like Aideen will be next. Level 28 challenge entitled This is so ridiculous. Aideen has a proposal to make concerning your investigation. So, here's what I know about the deaths. All the victims were found with their faces torn to shreds. Oh, that does not sound good. Among the local fauna, only the scalekin known as Ziz could inflict such wounds. That's why some folk are pointing the finger at them. I somehow doubt that the answer's that simple, but for the sake of thoroughness, we should look into it. Why don't you put down, say, 6 of the creatures and see if you can find any proof connecting them to the deaths? It looks like I'm not the only one who's out to take on this challenge. 80's Everclear is also attempting it, or may have just come back from it. So, the Ziz are off to the west. And I need to summon my Chocobo. So, Ansa, let's go! And I hate this invisible wall, like, it's, for some reason it's loading, and yet at the same reason it's not loading. You get stuck on there and you don't know why. I mean, how does that happen anyway? Because all that stuff is supposed to have loaded when you showed up. It's a bug that they haven't yet fixed with this game, and I wish they would. So, yeah, we can see the icons where Ziz are hanging out. And here are the first of many, so let's go ahead and start beating up Ziz. Ziz shall be beaten very quickly. Ziz should not take all that long, even though we are fighting 6 Ziz. And this ability is Numbing Breath, which obviously, as the name would indicate, would stun you. Thankfully, I was able to escape it. Yeah, Ziz is not so hard. In fact, they haven't even damaged me all that much. Which shows you how the Ziz are at attacking you. Which is to say, not that impressively. Then take into consideration that this is being taken at level 32. So now I have to deal with this Ziz, while trying to not piss off the balloon. Because I don't want it to puncture and self-destruct on me. And I got that sequence wrong. Nonetheless, Ziz will be going by in just a few moments. And now here is the Ziz number 4. And so I was able to defeat the Ziz without puncturing the balloon. And Ziz is number 5 behind me. Or behind that balloon, rather. Alright, you're gone. I told you Ziz would not take long. Because all the Ziz are not all that impressive. I mean, the Ziz Gorlin, they're pretty powerful at their level when you're fighting them for the Lancer's log. But for the most part, they're not much of a threat. Yeah, the Ziz really don't give you that much trouble, and so... Huh. This is weird. I need 2 more, and yet they're not so easily visible. Well, I would try going around, but I am not going to pick a fight with a clay golem if I can't. If it's not necessary. So, yeah. Ziz is the 6th Ziz. This Ziz is who I will be eliminating last. So, it is only a matter of time before Ziz is eliminated. And I can stop with Ziz puns. Alright, done with that. Back we go. I think I need to go to the right first, or do I? Yeah, it's very easy to get lost down here underneath the boughs of these massive rocks and trees. All laid to waste as a result of the calamity. Kaseu Calamity! Why can't you be more like Calamity Jane? That's what I want to know. Alright. Now to bring Ziz to a close, while I'm speaking with Adine again. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah. For some reason I thought Thancred was here. No, the name was misleading. And yeah, there are definitely quite a number of other quests we can take while we're here. Alright, Adine. You've already seen to the Ziz. Good work, adventurer. So were you able to find aught to suggest that the creatures are our culprits? Nothing? Truth be told, even if there were proof, I wouldn't know what it looked like. Anyway, I believe we can safely strike Ziz from our list of suspects, which leaves us with the masked man and his winged eyeball. So, with that out of the way, let's take on Adine's next challenge, entitled Rock of Rancor. Adine has further knowledge of the mysterious depths. There's something else I've heard about the depths. It appears all of the victims have been comely maidens. I better watch myself, eh? Unseemly Japes aside, there's a rumor been going around. There's some as whisper that after each victim died, her rancor went into the great big rock southwest of here, causing it to flush and moan. This bears investigating, I reckon. I'm going to give you a fire sand stick to blow off a piece of that crag. The stick doesn't come with a fuse or anything, so you'll just have to throw the thing. Once you've torn the rock a new one, bring back some of the fragments, and I'll give them a gander. And it looks like Averil will have the next important quest, but before that, let's go where we've been instructed to by 18, which is actually not that far. In fact, there's another quest in that southwest direction that we could take, but we're not going to. I'm going to go south this time. I'm going to go south this time because I think it might be quicker. I think it might be quicker and easier to go south and then west. And definitely going south by southwest. Yeah, I've heard of that festival, but only because I heard in a news report that someone ran over some people and killed them at said festival. And that was a few months ago. Which shows you just how dangerous Austin, Texas is. I mean, if you thought Dallas and Houston were bad, apparently Austin is quite the place that you do not want to be, from what I've heard. Alright, so what we want to do is go into the inventory. I'm going to sort my items here. And then, key item, fire stand stick, use the ground targeting mode, and throw it. And so now, we have to gather crystals that have come around and been shattered as a result of that blast. And as you can see, there are 5 of them, so it's up to me to collect all 5. Shouldn't take that long. Because, by the looks of it, they're all within close proximity to each other, and they are. Which means this should go by quickly, but I know for a fact that there's another important quest as well. So go with this one. And while we're here, we might as well also take care of the other side quests that are currently available at Fallgourd Float, because that's pretty much been my MO in this LP, has been completing quests, main ones, as well as side quests in a particular area while I'm there, because better to get them all dealt with right away and then not worry about them later than just never do them at all. Yeah, and that Perp Flowers was actually in my free company. But I really should get my second avatar here, Edie, transferred over to the free company that my first avatar is in. Because they're both Maelstrom oriented, they're both Maelstrom associated. But I've really taken in the last few days to getting into communication more with members of my first avatar's free company. So let's speak with Adine again. Most folk are too scared to go within 100 yards of the Rock of Rancor. Aye, it has a name, but what's a few vengeful spirits to a honest adventurer like you, eh? So, let's hand over those crystals. Huh? Why, these are just your garden variety crystals. 'Tis a bit hard to tell beneath all the dirt and grime, but they're definitely lightning aspected. I almost hate to say it, but that explains the flashing and moaning. Nothing to do with the masked stranger. Looks like I've gone and wasted both your time and a perfectly good fire sand stick. Oh well. And so with that challenge completed, let's now take Everol's challenge, entitled Seeing Eye to Winged Eye. Everol has information to share regarding your investigation, and it looks like, if possible, well, maybe not. Or maybe he resigned to just taking the money again. Hope it doesn't come to that. Well, actually, I don't think I have a choice here. There is something you should know. I've been keeping this to myself lest I worsen Madrod's paranoia, but I too have seen the winged eyeball. I cannot say whether it was a coincidence, but my sighting took place precisely the same time as Madrod's. I was heading home after a day of digging when a shadow fell over me. Looking up, I found myself locked in a gaze at the giant eyeball. I let out a scream at the top of my lungs and ran once without looking back. This happened to the rocky area west of here, in case you had a mind to investigate. And so, that's where we shall go. If we can just get ourselves out of that little pinch. How far are we talking about? Well, not that far. Alright, so as the rain starts to fall here in the North Shroud, and once again, stupid invisible plot wall. Why are you there? What's the point of your purpose if the game is already loaded, if this area is already loaded? Why are you there? What is your purpose, other than to frustrate the people such as myself who just want to continue on with the story, and yet for some reason you throw up an invisible plot wall that lasts for about 3 seconds and then you go away again. What is the purpose of that? There is none. You shouldn't be there, and Square Enix needs to deal with you. Okay, so... I think I may actually have to go to higher ground. So, I believe we are capable of doing that, so... let's get up to higher ground then. We'll avoid the Ziz, and yeah, there's a fate going on. In fact... well, one person by themselves, I won't have it. I'll see if I can make any contribution to help out on this fate, because it will count towards my gil and also my my steel count for my grand company. And yeah, something else I noticed as well is that for some reason, and I think this is really unfortunate, even though there are a lot of ranks within a grand company, the highest you can only go is second lieutenant. And I've been told that they are going to, in the next patch for the game, fix that issue, but it's the situation of I'll believe it when I see it, which is a shame because with my first avatar, I got them up to second lieutenant, and then after that, I was like, they told me at the Grand Company that, well, we can't promote you any further. And I was like, that sucks, because, yeah, they said, now that you reach second lieutenant, we are encouraged to change Grand Companies. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I want to complete all the ranks on my Grand Company first before I change over. And turns out you couldn't, which really sucks. So, as a result, what I did was I did indeed change Grand Companies with my first avatar and switched him from Maelstrom to the Twin Adder. So now I've actually gotten to the point where my first avatar is now a second lieutenant with a Twin Adder as well, and of course the same problem. Now what I thought was going to happen was that when you get to second lieutenant, what I was thinking was that to complete the promotions to get as many ranks as you could, that all you had to do was complete the last hunting log, something that I didn't think about doing until after I switched from Maelstrom to Twin Adder. But I was thinking, the day after I switched, I was thinking, hold on a second, perhaps because there are 10 enemies to kill in the 3rd level of the Grand Company hunting log, and there were 10 ranks left to gain through promotion, and I was thinking to myself, what if you have to beat all these enemies in the 3rd portion of the Grand Company hunting log in order to get promoted to the highest rank possible? So I experimented with that, was wondering if it was possible. Turns out it wasn't, and that made me quite pissed. Because why would they offer these other promotions, these other ranks, if you were not given an opportunity to make use of it? That's something I will not quite understand with this game. And I need to be attacking the Ziz, not the Wood Whaler. And that's another complaint actually I have about the game, is that you can get the wardrobe for the Grand Company that you're involved with, but you can't buy or obtain wardrobe worn by soldiers who are basically the army of their respective countries. Like, for example, you can't buy Wood Whaler armor in Gridania, and you can't buy Yellow Jacket armor in Lim Solominsa, which I think is a shame, especially for people who are at, well, we completed the fate, who are like graduates and students at Georgia Tech University, because their sports teams are known as the Yellow Jackets, and I'm sure that a lot of them would definitely want to have that opportunity to represent their university proud in the Realm Reborn as a Yellow Jacket. Unfortunately, the only yellow jacket you can get around this in this game is by being a member of the Twin Adder Grand Company. Were you... crap, being attacked by Ziz. Trying to remember how the heck you get access to this point. Because I'm pretty sure it's on high ground. We'll know in a moment if I'm right on this. But I should be. How would one get over there? Yeah, because I've completely forgotten how you get over there. Maybe it's not the way I thought it was, or something. I don't know. Oh! Well, I didn't take damage. Oh, it's right here. Yeah, that was a waste of time. Yeah, I thought this place is gonna be on high ground because it's a winged eyeball. Apparently, that's not the case. Yeah, because like I said before, I completely forgotten where this thing is supposed to be, and apparently it's on low ground, not high ground. Shows you how much I know. And if you've seen my rant video, yeah, that definitely makes me out as a noob. Yeah, I definitely vented my frustration a lot on people who have completed the game and who give noobs a hard time and harass them. Yeah, I felt like I need to stand up for the noobs, and so that's what I did. So, yeah, here's the destination, so just wait and bide my time, let my health re-heal. Should be close to full by the time this interaction is concluded, and it is. We sense up. Hostile presence, and there should be a heavy Banamite right over there. Okay, heavy Banamite. Let's lock horns. Yeah, and it instantaneously poisons me. Well, isn't that special? Well, thankfully, it's only going to last for 10 more seconds. Yeah, soon I will do away with you, you silly Banamite. Yeah, you're nothing more than just another throw off the trail particular type of creature. In other words, you wasted my time and everyone else's. But I did some of that myself by taking on a fate. But there's no issue with taking a fate. Because, of course, that helps you to get more experience points, more gil, and more Grand Company seals. Now, if I can just remember how to find my way back to Fallgourd Float, because, yeah, this area is very confusing. You can get lost here very easily. It's very much it's very maze-like in this area. So, we will soon be back in Fallgourd Float, where we can report to Reborn. Because I think that the next thing beyond this point, I believe it's a relocation to another area. And if that's the case, I'm going to call off the day of recording, and I'll take care of all the side quests while I'm here before moving on. Alright, dismount from Lanza. Now, Reborn. A monstrous Banamite appeared, and you slew it! That creature had long been a scourge upon the folk of the Fallgourd. Intentional or no, you have done us a great service. You have my gratitude. But this does make me wonder, was it truly a winged eyeball I saw? Or merely a trick of light combined with blind panic? Well, we'll never know, but yeah, we are taking... Well, it's not going to help me long run, but I'm going to take the bracelet. Because, yeah, it's been a while since I upgraded my... Or has it? Yeah, I think I did myself more harm than good there. No matter. It's alright, because, yeah, I'm going to need to buy new equipment anyway, eventually. Right, Madrad, you have a level 28 challenge entitled Power of Deduction, and he is troubled by the dearth of new developments in the murder investigation. So, what has he to say to us this time round? There have been no promising leads in the murders. I can scarce get a wink of sleep knowing that the killer is still at large. Judging by your furrowed brows, I take it this soy business troubles you as much as it does me. I've been pondering my encounter. I was uncertain for a time, but there can be no doubt. It was a winged eyeball that I witnessed. It's implausible that I could have mistaken so distinct a creature for a Bannermite. But you and I were moms apart. How could we have seen it both at precisely the same time? What's more, our adventurer here had a run-in with the Bannermite at the very spot you claimed to see the fiendish eyeball. Isn't that right? There must be an explanation. I know I saw an eyeball with wings. I would wager an apple tart on it. Oh, he's serious. But listen, mayhap it's not as mysterious as we're making it out to be. There's no reason why there couldn't be... Gods, of course! There must be more than one of the buggers! Ah, it's so obvious! But then that means, since there have been repeated sightings of these fiends, then there must be even more victims as yet undiscovered! And they all simultaneously gulp. That cannot be good. I do believe we're out of our depth. We ought to leave the rest to the expert. Yes, we're just civilians after all. Good luck, adventurer. It was a pleasure knowing you. While I burn to know the truth, some things are best left unknown. Lest you had forgotten, it was at the rocky area to the west that I had my encounter. Should you discover aught of note, you want to alert the authorities. There is a guardhouse nearby. The serpents there should be pleased for any information that pertains to the security of the region. And so this quest is accepted. Yeah, it's like... we just wasted 30 minutes. But yeah, the next quest says... search for a maiden's corpse west of Falgord. And obviously we know what this clearly must mean. Well, let's see if finding a maiden's corpse gets us any further to the solution that we've been trying to procure for a half an hour. So that means going back through Alder Springs, past the balloons, past the clay golems, while listening to the insanely awesome Grain Company themed chocobo music here in the driving rain, here in the North Shroud. And I think I have gone the wrong way yet again. I just can't stop myself from going the wrong way. I said this place was a maze, and it's proving itself to be as such. But we are closing in on the destination, which is going to be defended by a Ziz and a balloon by the looks of it. So, since the Ziz is the fairer one, let's slay it. So yeah, once we get this Ziz slayed, we should have no problem advancing. Because there won't be anything else to threaten us until such a time that the Ziz respawns. Which usually is not more than a couple minutes, so... okay, yeah, there's the mangled corpse. And it's surrounded by a field, which means one of these dark fields, which means that upon breaching, we will have to fight an enemy, whatever it may be. Breach, and we are fighting the Floating Eye. Here's what we've been looking for, and it can cast Dread Gaze on you, which I believe is a stun ability. Yeah, stun does not work very well in this game. In fact, a lot of status elements do not work very well in this game. But this Floating Eye is dead. In fact, it was actually on one of our hunting lists. Which hunting log was it? Well, what do you know? It was on this one, on this one. Central Shroud, Sorrel Haven. So, yeah, I know where that is. And I've started already on the Maelstrom's second log. But yeah, we want to take this mangled corpse and move on. So we want to present the ravaged corpse to Ethelmare, who is going to be back at Falgor Float. Yeah, it's a lot of back and forth in this episode between going to Falgor Float and then going into this low area. Okay, so yeah, not worrying about the Bannermite or the balloons. They are not of my worry. Past the Wood Whalers, past Ferren Evermain, and we are going to go, I guess, in here. Yes, here is Serpent Sergeant Ethelmare. I'm guessing you're female because you do have a female name. Greetings, adventure. Is the aught I might assist you with? Well, this for starters. Because, yeah. Gods be good not again. No matter how many bodies I see, I cannot seem to get used to the horrid sight. Poor woman. Identical deaths have been reported in the Central Shroud. While the masked stranger you seek does not seem to feature in any, sightings of the winged eyeball are common enough. The creature appears to be moving the bodies, but to what end none can say. The victims have all been young women, all found with their faces mutilated beyond recognition. Which probably explains the fact that this young lady's face is not shown on camera. It's been difficult to identify them so as to notify their next of... This button, engraved with a lily motif. The very same object was found upon another victim. A family sigil? Or that of an organization, perhaps? Well, yeah, let's go in for a closer look too. But perhaps I should be standing a little more to the left. Either way, I dare hope to find that this will prove pivotal in solving the murders. So, with that now taken care of. Let's see if the Serpent Sergeant has another quest. Yes, she does. Level 28 challenge entitled Secret of the White Lily. Ethelmare wants you to hold on to the button. Oh, does this make me a walking target? I would have you hold on to the lily button. You will need it to continue an investigation. While it isn't standard procedure to entrust key evidence to individuals, you have proven yourself reliable and resourceful in this matter. I see no reason why you shouldn't carry on your work. If I might make a suggestion, you may wish to take the button to Gridania and have it examined by Miyun. Mayhaps someone in her vast network of contacts can shed light upon its sigil. I believe we can accommodate that. So, yeah, I'm going to go over to Gridania next time because, yeah, this is definitely going to be a bit of a trail, and while we're here, we might as well take on the no less than 4 side quests which are available here in and around Fallgourd Float, because they are around my experience level, and I'm always looking to get good experience. Plus, it also gives me an opportunity to see if there's enhanced weapons and armor that can be had, so that's definitely going to be useful for me, because my character's armor is about 10 levels lower than what I'm currently at. So, suffice it to say, I need an upgrade, but we can take care of that off camera. So, at this point, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. And when I join you again, we will take on the various side quests here in Fallgourd Float, and then proceed to continue on with our main quest, and showing the Lily Button to Mother Miyun. So until next time everyone, this is Matthew at Navora Autism, saying take care, and I'll see you soon.